Hey everybody, today we're going to be creating a color wheel landscape. So we're going to be learning about all the different colors in the color wheel while creating a landscape and creating lots of little buildings and other cool landscape features that will go around our wheel, like the bottom of them is the outer rim, and it'll kind of create this cool world. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually fast showing you a clip from the future of me doing the final touches on something already painted. It's a French technique where you do the painting first, and then you let all of that paint brush strokes and whatever that is influence what you create. It's sometimes when you have trouble creating something, that's a cool way to figure out what you want to make. But anyway, we start out and we're going to have a circle, and we're going to divide that circle into 12 sections. And all I'm going around is I'm planning out what colors go where. Red, red, orange, orange, yellow, blue, yellow, green, blue, violet, and so on. So it all goes in a big circle, ending back with red. We're going to take in, and we're just doing all those in pencil, planning it out, and we're going to add in things to our drawing that are those colors. In this case, I'm going to set up and draw my plan is draw a blue waterfall. So I'm sitting here, I'm going to be drawing a waterfall. I'm going to add a little fall, little lines there to show the motion, a little bit of cloud at the bottom, and then I'm going to paint that blue, or at least that was the plan. Next to the waterfall, I'm going to add a giant robot because giant robots are cool. And I'm using a little bit of overlapping and some fun things to make it look like that giant robot is behind my waterfall. And so I'm adding an arm and some other fun things over here on this side. And some of it will go into different colors, and we're just going to paint the different parts of that, the color based on which pie slice it's in. So I'm going in here for the blue. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of red in my brush, so I ended up painting a blue-violet. You need to make sure you clean out your brush, but in this case it's not so bad because it's the first one I did, so I'm just going to move everything aside. So all of my colors have to move around, and, so my plan has to change. It's okay. Mistakes happen. Just need to be adaptable. So right here I'm just adding violet for my robot, and I'm going in and adding some blue and some violet, just overlaying the colors together for that blue-violet. And you can have things be lighter or darker based on how much water you use. I didn't use very much water on the actual spray down there, and so it looks lighter than the rest of it. Now I'm just going in and doing some violet or red-violet over on the next one, adding some violet, adding some red. And then after all of that's dry, we erase that pencil line. So the only thing that you can tell, the only pie slice part of it, is where the colors change. And that really makes it look kind of cool and fun, especially with all the overlapping. So here's how we make the circle. You're going to need a compass, and I put a mark on my paper. You're going to need pens and Sharpies. I like pens more for this than Sharpie, but Sharpie's acceptable. You're going to use a compass, and we're going to put the compass on the middle of the paper, on middle mark, using the blue probe. And you're just going to hold it gently. You're not going to push all the way through the paper. You're just going to gently hold it and spin it with your fingers, creating a circle. Sometimes you have to hold it and do it with both hands. It's not going to be perfect first time. That's okay. Just practice with this a little bit on copy paper. When you're ready for final paper, we'll get to that. Then we're going to use a protractor, and we're going to mark out every 30 degrees around this. So we're putting the protractor on a little mark in the middle, and then the edges over here are 0 and 180, and we're going to mark at 30, 60, 90, and everywhere else. So 30 degrees marked there, at 60, at 90, 120, and 150, and then 180, which is right there on the edge, and 0 on the other. And we're going to just draw lines that go from that mark all the way across our paper. Now, I'm not doing this all on pen, but one thing you can tell if you got it right is if every kind of quarter section of your circle has 3 pie slices to it. Again, don't draw these in pen. This is me just doing this as an example. You're going to want to do all this in pencil so we can erase it like I showed you earlier. All right, so I'm just going ahead and drawing some of my objects. In this case, I've got different buildings. We're just going to go through, and all of these buildings are different stuff. You can do whatever you want building-wise. Just make them different and fun. Try a few different designs. Don't make everything the same. We got castles. We got other things that are going through. And just use your imagination. Have fun with it. Maybe plan out some of it on a piece of paper before, but don't be afraid to make mistakes and turn the mistakes into something cool. Yeah, so I'm just speeding this up again, just drawing more buildings and different stuff. There's a longer version, me explaining all my ideas while I'm doing this, and I'll put that on YouTube as well if you want to watch it, but it's pretty long. Anyway, I've just got all these different things, buildings, ideas, and we're just putting them out around. There's the waterfall again, yeah, around the edge. Remember, the bottom of the circle, like the outer rim is the bottom. Going through, painting. Now, I made a mistake first. I just did red, orange, yellow at the very beginning, forgetting I needed to add my intermediate colors in between them all. So I needed to change all my other colors. So my primaries are red, orange, red, yellow, and blue. And so I have to go back in. I'm adding some orange on top of my yellow there to make it a yellow-orange instead. Or actually more of an orange, period. Making it yellow-green. There's my blue-green waterfall. Or just green waterfall. And then again, on these, I just wasn't sure what to paint. And so I just added in some paint and different shapes and turned it into something. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. I would definitely do that first on a practice, then try to duplicate the idea later.